it's Klein, and you're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 4, episode 21, When the Levee Breaks. If you're new here, I do like a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. This is the penultimate episode of the season, so very serialized. And I kind of talked about in my last video where this episode was going to go. And yeah, it did go in that direction. But the episode was like not the greatest, not good, because it had to do this. And it's something where it's like, I felt like it was needed, like clearly like they had to do this. I wish maybe they could have done it better, but I don't know if there's really a way to do it better, where they were like detoxifying Sam. But it's something weird too, because you know, he's having withdrawal symptoms, and it's something like we didn't see Sam have these like withdrawal symptoms when he, was just going about his day. Like, you definitely see him a little bit more angsty, and like he was like, looking for more blood, like, but like he wasn't having these like really intense withdrawal symptoms and like hallucinations and like nightmares that he was having here. So it's kind of weird. I mean, I feel like they probably wrote like a version first without this, but then like they were like, oh, we need to add drama, we need to elevate it and amplify it, and so that's why they did that. But it's just weird thinking from like a logical standpoint. Like, we didn't see this before really at all, so it's kind of weird like it's happening. And in general, just like, it's not exciting to see. Like, there's nothing special about it. It's kind of like weird too. And like, I'm like, oh wow, his like mom's there for a few seconds, and then they also bring like a younger version of Sam at some point. Do they bring back Alistair? I don't even know. And then there's this whole thing with like Dean and Cass, and then Cass is the one who actually let Sam free, and you're like, what? Why did he do that? Like, what is he keeping from Dean? I don't know if we actually like ever actually find out. I feel like it's probably the fact that like Sam needs to kill Lilith and raise Lucifer. And at first when Cass found that out, like, sorry, oh yeah, this is spoiler, sorry. I think originally when Cass found that out, that's what he wanted to tell Dean, and then that whole thing with like Cass leaving, Misha's body, or whatever you want to call it. But now that he's back, it's like in order to raise Lilith, and I feel like that angels want Lilith, or Lucifer, to be raised. I don't even know what I'm saying. So Sam leaves and he finds Ruby. Also there's this whole thing where like Bobby like won't kill Sam, which is, true. It's also Bobby's like, shouldn't we just like let him do this, like let him kill Lilith, because they think killing Lilith is the right thing to do, which also, spoiler, is not really the right thing to do. Anyway, whatever. But it's something that's so weird is how scared Ruby is of Dean when like Dean comes, because it's something where it's like the Ruby that was played by Katie Cassidy was not scared of Dean at all. I feel like ever since like Ruby this season with Genevieve, I almost said Genevieve Padalecki, which is true. It's just like a version of Ruby that's like so much more scared of Dean, and like, like not really fighting back. And it's just kind of like weird to see that. Like, I feel like it's not, I feel like it goes over people's heads and I don't pay attention to it, but just like, I don't know, because I'm like really analyzing these episodes. Like, it's something I notice is that like, yeah, it's a different actor. Maybe they have like, they bring in different things to it, but like technically it is still supposed to be the same demon. It's the same character, and you're supposed to play it the same way. And I don't think it's necessarily something on Genevieve's acting. It's obviously something on the writing, because the writing is that she's supposed to like leave scared and like whatever, and like, it's very different than the Ruby we saw in season 3, and I just wanted to point that out. So I've been saying there's this scene in a hotel room where Sam and Dean are fighting, and Dean's like, it makes you a monster, and then they like fight, and it's this episode. I knew it was in season 4. I just like didn't know exactly when. I thought it maybe was a little bit earlier in the season, not like too early in the season, but a few episodes earlier. But it was this episode, the penultimate episode of the season. And it's kind of crazy too, because they're like really fighting. Like, I you know, maybe forget like how much fighting it is. And it's actually kind of crazy too because it's like actually themselves. Like it's not like, you know, with the Siren episode where they were like messed up in the head, like it's really themselves. So it's kind of crazy to see them like fight to this extent when it's not like they're influenced by something. So that's kind of crazy. In the end, like Sam like lets Dean go, and so it's something where you're like, okay, like next episode he probably like goes after Lilith. Like that's what happens, and I think that's what happens. So in the end, like it's like feels off about a supernatural episode because it's very serialized. There's like nothing episodic about this episode, like for real, and it's something that like kind of needed to happen because that's what you have at the end of the seasons. You need some more serialized episodes, and like I'm sure next episode's more serialized, but I feel like sometimes serialized episodes are still very good, and I just feel like this one didn't do as good, and it just wasn't interesting. And like seeing Sam like suffer like this, like it's the same thing when like Dean was torturing Alistair the episode, like we don't really want to see it, like it's just not, that's not interesting. So like not the greatest of episodes. I feel like there's still episodes in the season that are worse than this episode, so I don't think it's gonna, you know, be in the top bottom 5 episodes. But anyway, just kind of was an episode, I guess. It's something probably was needed. Maybe they could have put in more work to make it better, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.